How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for Farm Simulator 22 on the mod map, the Angevin Countryside. We're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads, "Welcome to the Angevin Countryside. It's a realistic French map that comes from the villages near Angers and Maine-et-Loire. Here's what you'll find on this map. 2 cow barns, 1 pig barn, 2 sheepfolds, 1 stud, 1 kuma, 1 BGA, factories such as cheese factory, the sawmill, the fabric, greenhouses, and sugar factory. 155 fields, purchasable and functional in missions. 5/6 plots of wood to make your chainsaws roar. 1 viable area with 2 small plots of wood to let your imagination run wild. The cartridges are hidden, or not, smiley face, in the map. The prices are personalized according to their difficulty. Easy, $5,000. Difficult, $50,000. Dealership with working garage doors and bridges for more real RP than ever. This is an official conversion of the Angevin Countryside version FS19 to FS22. I hope you like it, and don't hesitate to give me your feedback. Have fun." There has been several changes to this map, and we're going to start with... Oh, actually, is this in reverse order? Yeah, so it looks like it's in slightly different order. So we'll start with this one and we'll just read our way down. Changelog 1.0.1.1, adjustments to yield of alfalfa seed. Change to the grass of the map to meadow. Then there's changelog 1.0.1.0, addition of new cultures compatible with the Maize Plus, alfalfa, hay, grass seed, clover, hay and grass, added rapeseed straw. Modification of animal feed not visible with Maize Plus. Cows, addition of rapeseed straw between 0 to 35%. Added alfalfa and clover hay in addition to basic grass hay. Added clover hay and alfalfa hay in the hay category. Added clover and alfalfa in grass category. Horses, added alpha hay in the hay category. Sheep, added clover hay, alfalfa, and alfalfa hay. Modified cartridges, 20 location, now recoverable. Added tires and sandbags in the pallets category to put on the silos by hand. Changed the height of some trees. Setting in no collision of the mud and floor panels. PDA covering, or centering. Modification trigger dairy, silo, Torino, and Triscalio. Change the textures at the Triscalio cooperative. Modification some buildings that have that can now be sold. Changelog 1.0.0.3, addition of the point of sale at the dairy. Change from a parked car to the house. Height adjustment of repair shop in farms. Addition of sales of olives, grapes, and grapes in Tricalio and Torino. Offset from silo to BGA. Added collisions to silo and weighing in Triscalio. Removed of the sale of cut beet at the point of sale. You don't have 100 balls. I don't know what that means. Increased in the liter of water and food for the sheep. Replacement of the storage building in the main farm. Mud and flooding at the bottom of the map is visible only when it's raining. Added field entries for fields that didn't have one. Modification of building textures. Added soil map for precision farming. Changed the appearance of the manure in the main farm. Then lastly, changelog 1.0.0.2. Fix water bodies on the whole map. Authorizations of a building. Fixed mission gear spawn in store. Fixed main farm buildings not loading in hard game. Fixed flying trees. Fixed a wooden sign going through a building in the main farm. Added more car traffic. Modifications of the sheep building. Modifications of the pig farm. And new save game is required. This map was created by M-A-E-L LTA and is 458.31 megabytes to download. There are no required mods for this map, and if we take a look at it, this is what it looks like. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of pretty colors on this map. That is because there's the additional crops of alfalfa, clover, and alfalfa seed. You can purchase all areas on this map, and you can see this is what it looks like, and you have quite a bit of range between the fields and the prices here. So you can see there's several there. It was like $30,000. You do have the ability to buy the periphery. If I can click on it right there, just for a measly $18.6 million. You know, not a chump change. That's nothing at all. But you can see there are quite a big range between the various fields and their sizes. You do start with the animals. You have a cow shed available to you right from the start. There are contracts available on all the fields. Production chains, you have none to start out with. And there are collectibles, 20 of them, and they sound like the cartridges, although I cannot confirm that because I haven't seen any. And mods specific to this map. There are mods specific under the mods and DLCs, and as you can see, you have broken tires and sandbags, and these are just kind of decorations that you can place on top of your silos, specifically your bunker silos. And then under the build mode, under sheds, you have a few here. A lot of French words I will not be able to pronounce properly, and I apologize right from the very beginning. Under silos, you have several here. Under silo extensions, you have a manure heap extension, containers, a couple fuel tanks, and a fertilizer tank. Under tools, got a few more here. Under farmhouses, definitely a couple here. Productions, under factories, you have a few here as well. Carpentry, sugar mill, biogas plant, tailor shop, and bakery. Under selling points, nothing there. Under greenhouses, you do have a new added greenhouse. Under orchards, nothing. Generators, nothing. Under animals, you do have mods under cows, under horses, under pigs, under sheep, nothing under chickens, nothing under bees, and nothing under others. Under fences for decorations, nothing there. Under lights, you do have a single floodlight, and others, nothing. Under painting, for landscaping, you do have several additional paint swatches. Under trees, nothing there. And under plants, nothing there. So quite a bit of mods that are specific to this map. Now we do start here at the starting farm, so let's take a look at our starting equipment. Under the buy menu, under owned items, under small tractors you have a Steyr 8150. Under medium tractors you have the Valtra Velmet 8750 and the Massey Ferguson 3670. Harvesters, you have a Deutz-Fahr Topliner 4090H. Cars, the Lizard Pickup 2017. Trailers, a Welger DK 115. Your header for your Deutz-Fahr, that's the grain header. Under cultivators, you have the Raby EG39. Seeders, the Nordstein HK25 NS3030. Under headers, trailers, you have the header trailer that you need for your header. And under weights, you have two PAC 750 10 Winkle weights. And that is it for that. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's around here. So you do start out kind of off, and actually I don't have any of my menus turned on. Let's go ahead and turn those on. Interactive markers, field information, there we go. So you kind of start off in the backyard of a neighboring house, almost. But if we go running over here through the potatoes, and over here is your house. You have a garage right here with a very fast door, be careful. And here is the doorway to your home. Go in here, through another doorway, kind of a mudroom kind of area. Now, just kind of additional details, which I thought was really cool. You come over to the dinner table right here, you press the B button on Xbox. I think it's a circle button for PlayStation. You just sat down, get ready for a nice little pizza dinner. Kind of cool. I like that. Cool little details. Through this door here, you have a wardrobe trigger. And then going upstairs, if I can get unstuck. I'm stuck. Through this little playroom here, you have your sleep trigger. Whoa. There we go. Now let's go ahead and head down the short way. There we go. So go back out the doorway. Alright, at this point, come around this side, and you have your cow shed. And there it is. 80 cows can fit in this. You have your milk trigger right there. You have your slurry pit right here. Your water point here, your feed point right here, and I believe your straw point can also be accessed from right here. And a manure pit right there. Manure heap, I should say. And now, we're going to go run to our truck. We're going to go for a little drive. Now, I will say, before we get going, there's a lot of areas to purchase coming up. So what I'm going to do is go to the shop. And at the shop, there is a map that shows you all the places of interest that you will need to purchase, or that you will eventually could purchase if you so choose. So we're going to go down there first, we're going to take a look at the map, and then what I'm going to do from that point is I'm just going to go ahead and purchase all the points of interest on the map so that they're seen and are easy to kind of find and go from point to point. Whoa! Yeehaw! Well, that was fun. Let's try that again. So yeah, buying the various plots once we get to the shop, which is right here. Open the gate right there. Now to kind of, before we go diving in there, we're going to start out here. You have your repair trigger right here. But what's cool, fully interactable shop, doors open. You do have a lift right here. So your role playing can be pretty immersive with this. I really like that as a feature. Your shop trigger is right here. And on the back side of the wall, this is what I was talking about. This is kind of all the points of interest on this map. The red dot here is where you're at, and I assume that's French for you are here. But the circles are the farms and BGA and Kuma, which is just the various farms and plots around the map. The squares, as best as I can tell, are kind of the selling points around the map. So anywhere where you see a colored square, that's a various sell point. Anywhere that you see a circle is a farm or a purchasable land that you need to, actually purchase. Now, what I'm going to do at this point is go ahead and open the map and kind of show you where we've been, where we're from. We started here on the map at the starting farm. We then came out to this road, came all the way down to the shop. So not too far so far. But what I need to do is then go around and purchase all the various farms that are going to house items on them. So farmland number 163 is one of them, and you can purchase that for $26,292. You can see now all the new triggers pop up. We also need farmland 161, which is, that's the only tough part about this, is that there's so many different there it is, 161 for $21,828. There's Farmland 162 up here for $44,040. You can see all those triggers are popping up now. We need 159, which I believe is over here. Nope, 150. That's 158. 158 is also needing to be purchased for 23,808. 160 also needs to be purchased for 7,488, and lastly 159 for $18,984. So all these various farms are not that expensive, but now you can see the map is way busier now than it was before. So again, we purchased plots, farmlands number 158, 159, 160, 161, 162, and 163, and buying all those together was a grand total of $142,440. So really not going to break the bank buying all the farms. But also you have the ability to kind of slowly roll up and build up the money necessary to be able to buy those safely and not put yourself in immense amount of debt or anything like that. So now, what we're going to do is start heading around the map and show you all the farms and points of interest. So let's go ahead and open this door. We're going to head around the map. So make a left right here. Come up to this intersection just ahead of me here. Follow the yellow car to the right, and now we're going to take this all the way out. And you can see the next farm. This will be farm number 2. That's coming into view. It's right there to my right. Now right here, make another right. And then come up the driveway. So for anybody who's familiar with what is it, the old stream farm, may recognize this kind of entryway here. I think this is kind of retextured, resurfaced for this map. I'm pretty sure this is the same kind of housing area that's on the old stream farm. But you can come in here, go upstairs, open this door here, and you have, if I can get through the door, a wardrobe, and then come into, is it this room? Yes, this room here. You have a sleep trigger. Now over here, you have a fuel tank and a repair trigger right there. You have a silo right here, and then around this side over here, you have a sheep barn. Come right here. 120 sheep will fit in here, so pretty good amount. Your feed goes here, and your wool spawns right here. You do have a water point right there. Let's go ahead and go back down the driveway. And now take a right. Oop, I completely missed my turn there. That is the one thing I'll say about this map is the road networks are kind of hard to see. You got to, especially if you're just looking at your map. you got to be paying attention to where you're driving to and all that stuff. So right here is the Triskel sell point, and then back here is the Bale sell point. Head back out the drive here and back to the main road that we were just on. Now to my left, go down here. Again, my French is atrocious, so please forgive me. This is the Fromage de Lune Cheese Dairy, and for $50,000 you can purchase this. This is just a cheese and dairy factory, so you're able to make your cheese as well as your oh goodness, there's 3 things that you can normally make with the dairy products. There's the cheese, the butter. Cheese and butter are the 2 that you can make here. Chocolates are the 3rd that you can make, but I don't think this one does it. Inputs are here, and outputs right back here. Now from here, I can turn around and keep heading north-ish. Do that quick jaunt over. And then right here, you have a sheep barn for 65 sheep can be held here. You have your feed there, and your wool spawns right here. Now this one isn't necessarily what I would call a farm, and the reason being is it's kind of just a standalone building with some storage in it, a sheep barn with some storage. Not really enough to be called a farm, so it's kind of just a pen pasture by itself kind of thing. So we're still on farm number 2. That does not count. Over here you have the sugar mill. Oops, I'm caught. $80,000 to purchase. You have your outputs right here and your inputs just around the back side right there. Some more storage barns across the street there. Now off to my right, come down here. Over here you have the animal dealer, and for any pens or pastures that you have already loaded onto the map, you can come here, purchase your animals directly, and have them delivered to your pen or pasture, wherever it may be on the map. The only problem with getting from this location directly is that you are going to have a delivery fee. It's simulating the transport from this location to your field or pasture, or your pen and pastures. You can also purchase directly from your pen and pasture, similar to this, but again, it's going to cost you additional money for a delivery fee. It's going to simulate you ordering from your barn and them delivering it to you. Or you can take the 3rd option, purchase or lease an animal trailer. Bring it to this location, load it directly into that animal trailer, and then transport the animals to the pens and pastures themselves, and you can save the delivery fee. And for certain animals, like horses, it's like $300 per head. Cows, depending on the age of the cow, can be up to like $150 per head, I think. So it can get pretty expensive depending on the number of animals you're wanting to transport. But if you're wanting to save time and the money isn't an issue, then, have at it. Oh, shoot. I completely missed something back here. Just real quick. Not terribly important, but for some it might be. Right here you have an electrical charge point. So if you have any electric vehicles, electric tractors, You can recharge them right there. So now continuing to head up to the north. Now this next area is actually kind of baffling to me. I'm not 100% sure what it is. So right here to my left, this is one of the purchasable areas that you're able to get. This is the Kuma. I am not 100% certain what this is. I think this might be like a repair center, maybe? Just, it kind of has that kind of repair center vibe. You've got the kind of bay doors right here. You got a fuel tank here with a repair trigger right here. Lots and lots of bays. That's just what I would imagine based on how this looks, but I have no idea. I don't know what a Kuma is in French. No clue. So might be used for just a bunch of storage for you, but it's one of those. I'm sure it has a greater purpose other than what I'm describing it as. It might even also be like kind of a. I'm not gonna try and guess any further than I already have. So now continuing out, approaching on my right are a set of greenhouses. 3 of them to be exact. 1, 2, and 3. You can purchase these by going inside and buying them for $10,000 each. Once you buy them, then you can load them up with water and the various other items that it may need and set them off and grow strawberries, tomatoes, or lettuce. So now we need to come back in this direction. Now, I believe we continue heading down here. I think it's this road? Or is it the next one? It might be the next one. I think it is. Actually, I think it. Yep, I'm heading the right way. I do, for my map tours, I do an initial kind of drive through, trying to plot out areas to go, what's the various points of interest and whatnot. And sometimes the maps are so huge and complicated, like this one, that I kind of get lost in the mix. But I think, I'm definitely heading the right direction now. Yep, exactly. This is exactly where I want to be. So up here is the biogas area. Coming over here, you can purchase the biogas for $435,000, so not too terrible. It's not the most expensive biogas I've ever seen, but it's up there. Solid input here, liquid inputs here, liquid output, aka digestate, right over there. And right behind me here are a couple covered bunker silos. You can see the compacting and the chaff levels. Now we'll head to the main road over here. Head down this little side road, and we are approaching both the sawmill and carpentry. Real nice that they're right next to each other. So right here is the sawmill. You can purchase this for $100,000. You have your wood chip output here, your inputs for your wood with the wood cell trigger right here, and your output for your production is right here. Over here is your carpentry. You can buy this for $60,000. You have your input right here with your wood cell trigger right there, and your output right there. Oops. I looked down at my notes and thought I was still turning. Wrong. And I just realized I missed... Yeah, I missed something on the other side of the biogas plant, but we're going to pass right by it in the opposite direction, so that's okay. We will get to it. Just a little out of order from my notes. To my left is a gas station. Now, it does not appear on the map, but you can see how it says refuel. You can see how I was able to purchase gas from there. So, oops, click that car. That is an important spot right there if you want to be able to fill up your vehicles. But again, it's not listed on the map, so... Oh, no, why? There we go. Now we'll head through, and what I'll do is I'll come up on the back side. Well, what would be the back side to me, because I came in the other side of the biogas plant. I was meant to come out in this direction and then backtrack, but didn't leave the proper way. But we will not leave a production behind. So you can see straight ahead is the biogas plant. We were meant to come out here and turn around. So right here is the tailor shop. You can purchase this for $100,000. Your inputs are here. You have a wardrobe trigger right there, and your outputs right back here. Now we'll head back out the way we came, make a left, and then followed by another left. That's something I just noticed right there. Alright, so let's take a look at where we've been, what we've seen. We've been through a lot. So we were here at the shop. Came down and around all the way out to here to the second farm. Saw all the stuff there, the sleep trigger, the wardrobe trigger, the fuel tank, the silo, and the sheep barn. Came up all the way following this road. We saw the... Nope. We saw down here first the bale sales and Triscal. Came back out up to here and took in the Fromage de Lune cheese dairy. Back out and up to here, we passed by the sheep barn as well as the sugar mill. Came up over to here and we saw the electrical charging station that we had to double back on and the animal dealer. Then came up over around here to the large petrol tank as well as the Kuma. Yeah, this is the Kuma. So just a kind of a loading zone maybe, or a repair site kind of thing. Over here we had the three large greenhouses, then backtracked down over to here. Well, not backtrack, a little bit of backtracking, and then came out to here. Followed this down and around to where we came out to the biogas plant, came back out over here to where we saw the sawmill as well as the carpentry. Out to here, the gas station, the unlisted gas station. Came back out to here, went up the back road to the biogas where we saw the dealer shop, and then up to here. Now what I wanted to see is just this real quick. Okay, so this is, there's something here, but it's part of the $18 million peripheral purchase, so not something that I want to necessarily invest in. So coming up here is the next point of interest. Around the back side here, you have the Earth and Nature sell point. Right there. Oh, pulled right out in front of them. Let's see, make a right here. Yes. Okay, heading all the way out here. Here we're going to make a right. So again, this area I am not going to call a farm as much as I'm going to call it just a kind of pig sty area, pig barn. You do have a repair trigger right here. The doors, they do open, so you get a little bit of storage out here. You got a fuel tank right there. Very, very small equipment's going to fit in there, so just an FYI. Slurry point for your pigs are right there. And your animal dialog box right here, where you can have up to 108 pigs, and your feed input right here, as well as your straw, I believe is in this door right here. So now, go back out the driveway and then backtrack ever so slightly. And here we'll make a left. Alright, right out in front here is the bakery. You can purchase this for $50,000. You have your inputs and outputs right back here. Then around the back side, oops. Again, not going to call this a farm area because there is no like sleep trigger, wardrobe trigger, but you do have a silo. Right here you have a horse barn where you can have up to 14 horses. Your feed goes right here. Here you have a fertilizer tank where you can purchase up to 60,000 liters. And a bit of storage right here. There's the truck. Okay, now oops, I passed right by it. There we go. Now back here is the dairy sell point right in here. Now I need to turn around. And what I need to do at this point is cut through our farm. Oops, did I passed by it? I did. Yep, passed right by it. So there's a little track. You can see it right there off to the left. I'm going to take it right here. And this leads right back to your starting farm. Kind of cutting through these fields over here. You can see we're coming right up to the back side of the farm. Pull in here, to the left, and we first left the farm going that direction, but now we're going to go out here. This takes us right to the road, heading straight south, and where we get to the main road here, make another left, And this is what I'm going to deem as farm number 3. Because again, the last few that we've seen haven't actually been farms because there's no sleep trigger, no wardrobe trigger, no like kind of established housing kind of deal. So to my right, you have a bunker silo, bits of storage throughout the yard. You have another house similar to the one we have. Whoa, deer running in our house. Similar to the one we had before, almost identical. Actually, I think it is identical because there's the pizza. So you've got your wardrobe trigger here, and your sleep trigger is upstairs. Come back out here, and you have another cow barn where you can have up to 45 cows. And similar to the last one, you got milk, straw in here. You've got your feed in here. On the other side, you have your slurry point right here, and then on the back side here is your bunker silo. So yeah, that is everything. That is Angevin Countryside. Now it is time to render my opinion. What do I think of this map? 0 to 5 scale as always. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, we were needing to take a look at where we were. So I believe we were here at the tailor shop. That's where we kind of left off. We ran up to the Earth and Nature sell point and came up over to here, all the way out to this farm where we saw the fuel tank as well as the pigsty. Up to here, we came down this road where we saw the bakery and then the silo, horse barn, and fertilizer tank. Came out here, we saw the dairy sell point, and then we took this kind of back road over to our farm, low 2-track, cut through the farm over to here, and then up here where we saw the house, the bunker silo, and cow barn. Now, the 0 to 5 scale, as always, what do I think of this map? I really, really like this map. This map has a little bit of everything and has some additional crops and stuff like that, so it really does a good job at kind of mixing in some new stuff that's unique to this map. It also has a real good color palette, a little bit on the cartoony side. You've got a bunch of pink flowers, you know, just kind of lining the streets and all that stuff, which is fine. It's not like all over the place or way too colorful and over the top kind of deal. I don't care for how the gas station is not clearly marked on the map. It makes it just, you know, like how I did. I just stumbled across that it's a functional gas station because I know there's other maps where that same model is used and it's non-functional. So I just so happened to pass by it and through it and just saw that refuel trigger pop up. So that's kind of a downer. But other than that, I think this map is really nice. There's a lot of little fields, so you're going to be able to pick up a lot of contracts and be able to do a lot of different types of missions. You're going to get a lot of opportunity to really kind of mix things up and do a lot of different things, which is, I think, is really nice. You know, the cool thing about having a map with a lot of small fields is that the missions aren't that large. They don't take that long to do. And the only negative about that is because they are not large, you're not getting paid a lot. But on the flip side of that, you've got the bigger fields and stuff like that. You get to use the big equipment, but there's only so much big equipment can do. So you're going to have to, you know, dump more often. You're going to have to do a lot more transporting, whatnot. And you probably end up doing roughly the same amount of transporting as you would on any other map or any other size mission, because you're going to have equipment that kind of evens itself out size-wise. So the small maps, small field maps will give you small trailers and stuff like that. Anyways, long story short, you're going to get a good variety in the ways of contracts. Nice kind of flow to the map. You've got a bit of undulation, nothing too crazy, but enough to, again, break up the sight lines and not be a completely flat map. But it's flat enough to where you're going to be able to expand and build if you want to. And with there being so many fields, You could purchase several fields and plow them out, or plow them together, or you could, you know, instead of doing that, choosing to demolish the fields and make a placeable area if you chose to do that. So it's the possibilities are endless. The only other negative thing I can say about this map, like I said before, is that it's very hard to determine where the road network is. You're really kind of just looking for more where are the openings kind of thing. You can see what I mean, like how there's a little bit extra spacing between fields, but because there's all the trees and stuff there, you really don't see road as much as you just see uh, just a wider than normal gap kind of thing. So that kind of makes it a little difficult to navigate, especially if you got anything that's like a two track and you might not necessarily know it's there. The only reason I found the two track to my farm is I just so happened to pass by it and just so happened to drove through it, and that's when I realized, oh hey, there's a back way to the farm. Uh, was because I just so happened to stumble across it, kind of thing. But long story short, what do I think grade wise? I'd give this a 4. Very solid 4. I really like this map. It's got a lot of the vibes and the uh, elements that I look for when wanting to play on a map. And this one definitely touches on a lot of those. There's a couple of things that kind of like, I wish this was a little different, or wish that kind of thing, but not enough to be like, I'm not going to play it because of this, or I'm not going to do this because of that. So it's really really good, and you've got lots and lots of forestry areas. Like right here, you can see if we come down here, where am I? Where am I? Oh, here I am. I thought I was down here for some reason. No, I'm at the big forest. 164, so 1.6 million dollars. But look at all the trees that you have back here, and you're going to get a lot of leaderage, either in wood chips, or you're going to get a lot of actual trees themselves. So if you want to do forestry, and again, the map is flat enough in a lot of places where building is not going to be an issue, and the trees are spaced far enough apart to where you can kind of get through. Like I'm driving relatively quick now. I'm going to pick up the pace just because, and you can see I'm not having any issues avoiding the trees. You can make roads going through here to connect to kind of northern and southern portion of the maps. It's just, yeah, it's just a great kind of overall kind of feel and kind of map. So, yeah, that's how I feel about it. I hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing that shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.